Had a real light one today, which you would probably expect, and nobody got hurt. That's a good thing. Looks like Corey's going to be able to open up.
You got asked about Wright a lot last year, if you remember, as the season
I did.
went.
He was more on ready than Randolph is this year, and he's done a tremendous job of diligently working on his game and improving to now he's in our rotation, and I would expect that Randolph will do as well or better. But he hasn't beaten anybody out. Randolph, I'm talking about. He hasn't beaten Wright out or anybody else to step ahead of him in the lineup, and so he's going to be one of the guys on the end of the bench, and a very promising young player there that needs to do a lot of work in practice, and that's what we intend to do. We intend to make him a player just like we did Wright. I just don't know about Monte and his injury or anything else, and I really have put it out of my mind and just kind of coach the team that I have, and we'll see what happens and what he can do when he comes back, if he comes back, what time of the season that is. And, then there's a whole other set of circumstances that come in when he finally is able to join the team. What can he do? How many minutes? And then we have to play differently, of course, when he's in there than without him. And so that'll be a huge adjustment. But I don't know the answer to that question, like when, so it's pretty hard. I don't think that we should expect Monte, if and when he comes back, that he's going to be the savior to turn our franchise around, because I think he's got a huge adjustment to make, and so does the team once he gets back and able to play.
Who will start tomorrow night at point?
Nelson.
It's quite a challenge, huh?
It will be quite a challenge.
Well, DeMarcus, how disappointing was it to not be drafted, and did it make you more determined? Did it add to your resolve or cast any doubts?
It was disappointing, very, because, like I said, it's something that you dream of, having a name called, but at the same time I had to put that behind me and just work from that point on. And I think that day, that moment helped me stand in front of you today. It's driven me a lot to work even harder and to prove people wrong.
So in a sense, it could be a blessing in the long run?
I think so, because it gave me the opportunity to play for the team that I wanted to play for in the first place. I always wanted to have a chance to play for the Warriors. This is my home team. It's my favorite team, so it just gave me an opportunity where I can handpick the best situation, and it just so happened to be here.
You faced Paul a lot in the ACC. Can you talk about that matchup?
Yeah, I played against him a couple years in the ACC. Obviously, he's a really good player, and he's really matured and developed even better, once he got into the NBA. He's a tough matchup. He's one of the best point guards in the league, if not the best. And so, with a guy like that, all you can do is just try to force him, to his weaknesses, and just make him uncomfortable. Try to take him off the rhythm of his game. You're not going to be able to stop a guy like that, but all you can do is just, try to challenge everything and make him uncomfortable.
Being an Oakland guy, does it make that even more exciting than I'm sure it already would be?
Definitely. I'm playing in front of, my home crowd. I grew up in this area, so I have a pretty big backing and following. So it's really exciting for me, personally, because, it'll be the first step of, fulfilling my lifelong dream. And then for our team, it's an exciting time because now our team can start growing and creating our identity.
How confident are you in yourself and your ability to control this offense?
I'm very confident. That's the first thing you have to be as a player, is confident in yourself before anybody else can believe in you. And, my confidence in myself hasn't wavered any. Through adversity, hasn't. So going into this season, I'm very confident in my abilities, but more than anything, I'm confident in our team and, the abilities of the guys around me.
Being